Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today we'll see the very important topic, API testing. Okay. So before I start API testing, can you just tell me what is API? Have you heard this name API?
Yeah.
What is API called? API?
Application programming interface.
Uh, application
Programming interface.
application programming interface. Okay. So what is it like? What happened in this?
So it's like different layers of program has been interconnected, like back that server with
Mm-hmm.
the front. So
Mm-hmm.
that connection has been tested. Like for example, like this site, Make My Trip takes this information from like any Air India sites.
Okay.
So that has been done using API.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Correct. It means like like the best example is like when you go to any restaurant, okay, and you order some food to eat, okay. So waiter comes and asks you to you what you want, sir. Correct. So actually, behind the scene, the kitchen, the food already made, okay. You just go there, you sit there, and you just order them that I want so and so. So the waiter gives services to you and brings what you want actually. So basically, that server, that waiter is your API. You are asking what you want, and you will they serve to you. Got my point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is in backend. It is already there. So even though we can also use some tool manual testing like Postman and all for API testing. So we can also use Cypress for API testing. There are four methods we can use here: post, get, delete, and update method. If you see carefully here, you can see this get method we can use here. Then we can use here post one. Can you see post? This was update one. We can use put here. Put for update, we can use put here. For delete, we can use delete method here. In this way, you can use this API testing. So guys, see here. Here I'm using this uh, get method, like get. Okay. So in these things, can you see this one?
Yes.
This is your endpoints. Okay. You just take this and go to your website, like copy and paste it. Oh, sorry. So can you see in this endpoint? regrix.in. This endpoint, I'm getting this data here. See carefully. Here you can see page 2, page 6, total like this, this one is endpoints. Okay, and second thing, if you want to find endpoint now, so you can also find an endpoint like go to Google, for instance. If you want to find out the endpoint, just right click here, go to inspect. Now here you can see this network layer, application layer. Can you see? Go to network layer. Okay, and suppose if you are just refreshing it, so you'll get something you can see here. So click any one of this Google. Now you can see review, response, initiator. So under review you can see endpoints like this. In this, if I go to Google logo, so I can see this http google.com. This one is the endpoints. From where I get in this request. This is my request method, which request you are using. This is get one, and status code means 200 is okay, working fine, and this is remote access here. So you can also get endpoint from here. Okay, see http request URL apis google.com. This is the endpoint where I get this all the detail. So now endpoint I'm having right now. So what I'm using here, see I'm having the ready-made endpoint here. When I just go to Google and just paste it here, so I'm getting this data here. Okay, now what I'll do, now see carefully. In this describe block, API testing, I have written API testing. Inside this it block, I'm having one method get. So whenever you are dealing with any method like get, post, you have to write on request. You're requesting something. So what is the use of get here? Get is only used to see the data. You cannot do updation, deletion. You cannot do changes in that. Okay, if you want to do changes, you can use post one. If you want to update something, you can use put. If you want to delete something, you can use delete method. But get method is only used to check it out what is there inside your like API. Okay, so what happened using this request get method, I'm fetching this endpoint. Okay, and whatever is there inside this endpoint using then function, I'm taking out is using one variable response. So I want to check it out the status of this endpoint. I use dot status here. This one is my assertion. So I'm writing here expect response dot status should be equal to 200. Okay. Now second one 200 indicates that it's working fine. 204 is getting some kind of error. To this different kind of status we have. Next, what I am doing, response dot body dot data 0. If you see here, we have body here and we want to fetch the data 0 here. So I'm telling here first name dot equal to Michael. I'm telling that response body dot data 0 should have first name, that is Michael. This should be equal to this one. I'm checking out the API. So this Michael is name, first name is Michael. Can you see? This first name Michael I can display here. Okay. So if I run this code, I get first get and click here. So I'm getting this error expected 200 to equal to 200 because it's working fine, and Michael to equal to Michael. Name is Michael here. If this name is not matching, it's not matches, so we'll get the one error message that Michael is not exist or something like this. So in this way we can use get command to check it out the status of this, and also the first name and last name, whatever you want. Now this code I stop here. I just want to ask, like, you have any doubt in this?
Yeah, so can you explain that endpoint once more?
Yeah, sure, sure. See, this endpoint I'm getting ready-made, to do testing purpose. But if you want to get endpoint of something, like you want to have, so just for example, if I go to any website, like for example, Air India website, if I'm going airindia.com, if I'm going this one, okay. Now this one, I want to check it out the API endpoint of this one. So I just right click here, go to inspect. Once you go, just go to network here. Okay, you get one screen like this. If you want, click here to remove this one. If you don't want, click here. Okay, now it's clean now. Now, for example, if you want to pass some value or do something, check it out the endpoint of this one. So what do you do? So I click here one way. Suppose I click here one way. Okay, now something happen here. Just click here and see the endpoint of this one. See request URL. I'm requesting this URL actually what I want. So once I requested that I using get, so I got this response here. So this is my endpoint.
So that the request URL is that endpoint.
Yeah, request URL.
Okay. And that name thing, that's for each request.
Yeah,
Sorry.
which one group in name point means what?
That name column, points calculator, WebP, collect, that one.
This one, second one. You're talking about this one.
Yeah. So in that, the request URL is another endpoint.
Yeah, another endpoint, right? This is having the different endpoint, having the status code 204. Request method is post.
Okay.
String origin with cross origin like this. You have get it.
What is this? That status code? That's like just.
It's for 200. It's working fine. Okay, 200 is okay, fine. Some status code saying in 2.4, no content, like
Okay.
this. Yeah, got it. So the example I'm taking, directly I got this endpoint here. I'm checking out this endpoint here. So I get this result here. Okay. I want to check it out using this API testing, like this data is correct or not, basically. So what I am explaining you how to find out the endpoints in API testing.
This page is custom created. That's what you said.
This page is already there for API purpose to check it out API testing. You can say custom create, yeah. This is for
That
testing purpose.
this
Yeah,
endpoint you have used is just for the testing
testing
example.
purpose. Testing
Yeah,
purpose.
Sam.
Exactly. Okay, if you want to check it out, see, this one I'm using API user, correct? If I want to check it out the real one, so I just copy this one, request.in. I just copy here and paste it here. So I got this page. Can you see this one? Request.in. See, this one is telling you test your front end against a real API. Can you see? This is the front end of this. So this is taking fake data, no more TDS, real responses, always on like this. So if you go down, you can see this get, post, put, patch, different kind of method here for practice purpose. Got it?
Yes.
And whatever be the request is there, like this API user page 2, this was request is endpoints. I'm getting this response on this behalf. So I'm getting this page here. Can you see this page? This Michael, first name Michael Lawson, like this. So if you see carefully, this is the data behind this one. So when you call that API, you will get this data like this. Clear?
Yeah.
Now see here, for example, if I Go to this, right click here, inspect it, and go to my network here. Now, if I click list of users, this get, so see what kind of API I'm getting here. Yeah, something is there, correct? Now I'm just checking out. This page is having user page 2. Can you see this request.api users endpoints?
Yes.
This is the endpoint for this one. Users page 2. Okay, if suppose if I want to click this one instead of get, if I click post one, this one. If I click this one, create one. Okay, first I clear it and then I click only create one. This post method I'm creating now. Now I'm getting this user now. 2.1. Can you see this one? Post method. The API is same, request API users. Can you see? Yeah. So this is the best uh, website to practice your API testing.
So how do we know which endpoint to be used? Not in this side, in other sites.
Yeah,
Like
whenever you want to check it out, like for example, if you want to check the list of users, okay. So right click here, inspect it, and first go to network. You want to check only get one. Huh? I'm telling you get one, not all other. Okay. So go to network and just click here, clear it. Now you want to check this one to have your endpoint. So click this one. So once you click, you will get this page like this. Click here, go to your headers. You can see the endpoint here.
okay, no, not like for the site, like for Air India, we have to check for the get API. So how will we know the request URL, which request URL to be used?
Like if you want to check it on which request, you just click the button. No, this is the elements you have.
No, like in another site, like in an Air India site website.
Okay, one second. I'll open the area. Okay, for your. Okay, I open this one. Yeah, tell me, Gopi.
So here I have to test API. Then how
First
the
of all,
same network?
like we should know that whether this India supported any API or not.
Okay.
Clear?
Hmm.
Then only you can do the testing. No. Like in this case, suppose for instance, if you see that if you click on one way, so something API is getting displayed here. So right click here, go to inspect, and just go to network and just click this one way. Suppose if one way, after clicking one way, if you're asking for some request for API, you will get the endpoint here. So just click here one way or something like this. So I'm getting something here. If it is using any API, then only can use a endpoints. Otherwise, no need to use that endpoints if there is no API. Got my point?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I refresh it now. So I get here India.com. If I go to Air India, like, let me check any API is there or not for this one. This one is Air India. So requesting the airindia.com, the same website I'm getting here. If you go down, this one is. Can you see? This is the endpoint.
That's all the API, or is this all the APIs?
This is not API. This is endpoints.
Oh,
Endpoints of this software. Like if they are using APIs, then you can use these endpoints. So here I'm just explaining you how to find out the endpoints. Your request URL means your endpoints. If they are using this API, then you can use it. For instance, if I take the example of this website, correct? Can you see this website? Suppose front end. Okay. So what happened? If you click right click here, so you get the result here. So whereas in Air India, suppose if I take this if I copy this one and print it here, so what happened now? Is there any data can you see here? No, na? But in this case, if you go inspect it and check it out the API for this one, go to network, refresh it, click request.in, this is the request, click here. Now see, if you see carefully, if you want to check it out, whether this one is what happened. So it's when I'm clicking this one, no, so it's requesting for APIs. Okay, so here you can see this at the endpoint. You can see this request API users page. Can you see this API written here? Yeah. So also like mostly in endpoints, you can somewhere you can find API, somewhere you don't. But it depends like which of like application using APIs. So here in this case, when you're clicking it, you will get one endpoint. So you can use this endpoint for your testing purpose. The same endpoint I'm using here. Okay. I'm just checking out what is there inside this response. This response 200 or not. Expected result. First name Michael is there or not. Okay. Now same thing. What happened? Like if you see carefully in your API, see you have only some name like Michael, something like this. Okay? Now if you want to add some names by your own, you can also add using the post method. Okay. Now see the example here. In this next it block, I have created one post, created one user here. Can you see user? So in that I just use name Rama job student. Okay. Now again the same, this one API. I'm using this one. This one is for get method. Okay. I want to have post method. So the API for post method is still only users. Not you cannot see page two equal here in this case. If you see here in the post, you have only this API endpoints HTTPS request rest.in API users. Okay. Now in this, I'm using one user here. This user I'm using here. This user. Then responses. Now check it out. What is that status should be 201 and username and job here. Okay. Now if you see carefully, now if I open this one, post create user, you can see here. Can you see? Rama to equal to Rama, student. Can you see? So basically, this name is not there in that API, but we added using the post method. We can also add, delete, update. Any doubt till here? Yeah, Femina, if you want to ask, you can most welcome. I think guys you have doubt. That is why you are not asking anything. Yes or no?
We have to read on this little.
Yeah, see, basically in API testing we use four methods: get, post, put, and
Update.
delete. Okay, like you need to update something, you have to add something. You use post method. Suppose if you want to just take it out the data, you can use get method. So here what happened, I'm having one API, and from there I'm using this endpoints and fetching the data here. Nothing else. Only I'm
In,
using here this assertion, expect what happened result here. So this one is get method. I try to explain you, like we cannot do any changes using get method. But yeah, in post method we can create your own user also. Okay. Now next one is if you see carefully, I use the put here. So whatever changes you have done now, you can update it using put method. So what happened in this? I'm using user one. So like instead of this Rama and student, I've changed it to some different Gita and student like this. So I use put method because it's already there. I want to change that one. So I just use put method here. Request dot put. This one is my endpoint for put. So can you see two is there getting displayed? Every element action having different APIs. Can you see this two written here?
yeah.
Here in this case only users get like this API. Now check it out. This API is endpoint is correct or not in the put. Okay, so go to your request. Now you can see where is the put here now. This one is put for update. So just clear all these things and click on this put now and check it out the API for this one. Can you see this two written here? First one, click the first one. You can get this API for this one for put method. Can you see? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so different elements having different APIs we can see here. It changes, So I'm using this API for this one, user one. So I'm getting the response here. So if I'm running this one, you can get the result here. Now, update one. Now, instead of this Rama and student, I'm getting Gita here. No Rama is there in this third one. Got
So
it?
in that other data, it will be updated, right?
Yeah, it's updated using put method. You can update it. Using post, you can create your own user. Using put method, you can update it.
The code we check in one we are using 201 and another 200.
Mhm.
So both are same.
No, it's not same. Like if you see carefully here, see what happened. Can you see 200 here
Yeah.
in this put method? Okay, but when you go to I clear it. When I click on the post method, okay, I create one post method. So what happened now? If I click user, you can see 201. Can you see?
Oh, it's green.
But it's green. It's fucking fine. Means created one means for created one you can get 201. Can you see created return here?
Yeah.
Same. Just clear it and go to suppose get and see what happened here. Just take first one. Okay. 200 means okay. Now go to put now. Okay. Clear this one and click on put. Now it's okay. 200 is okay. Same as for what is there in patch update. 200 okay. For delete, click delete here. Go to this 204. No content. Okay. In this website, what happened for 204 is getting you green card and saying no content. But in some places, what happened? 204 means error message and 200 means working fine. Okay, only. But in this case, in this website, it is even though it's showing green one, but it's also explaining that no content here. Yeah.
So
Okay.
is this code like same like that we get in some website like error 404?
No, if you are using this one is testing purpose, okay, we are using here. But in the real scenario, when you are using any API now, so you will get 2.4 means error message, you will get it. Yeah, in this, yeah. If I'm just giving you assignment, like right now we are working on this API testing, which is for testing purpose. So tomorrow you will see, you will just use any API which is real one and show me this four method, get, put, delete one, and post one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the next one is delete method I'm using here. Delete. For delete and for put, both the endpoint is same. Can you see? Yeah, I'm just checking out what is there in the delete method. Okay. So what happened after delete here? So when I go to this site and I'm clicking delete user, so I cannot see anything here. Can you see? Only I'm getting a 204 here. I'm checking out the status of this one. Then response status code, because see, if you see the delete one, if I request, if I see the delete, if clear it and go to delete, I can see a no content. Can you see no content? Yeah. So in this way we can use this different kind of APIs method: get, post, put, and delete. And for access this one, you have to use this endpoint, and the way of writing is like you use request method. See, I wrote request here. Got it? So using,
Also, we
can
can
you
use
say
that.
using using Cypress request method, we can validate get, post, put, and delete API endpoints. So in this case, what happened? We are just uh, validating the endpoints here. Yeah, Gobi, tell me.
And that var user thing, we can uh, single variable, we can input that name and job.
Yeah, in this case, you mean to say can you update or not like this?
No, in that user var, we are using single variable user.
Yeah, yeah, single. You can add it more if you want.
No, in that single user variable, we are giving the data like name and job.
Yeah, yeah. Name and job, correct.
It's like a dictionary kind of.
It's a kind of data, you know. You can also add something if you want, like different data like address,
Oh
ABC,
no. Okay.
123, something like this. You can add your address also.
Yes.
So I just run it once again, save it. So this is put method. Okay, I'm updating address also now. Let me check what happened now.
Crystal
Again, I am running here the
dictionary.
same thing.
Yes.
Now can I say on put here? So here I can see this expected student to equal to student. Why? Because in this I haven't added this address. I want to add this one. Now job is there. Instead of job, I can use address here. And in this phase, just now see here what happened now. This one is post, no? Put. Can you see the address here?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Can you see this address here? Gopi, Femina?
Yeah.
Yeah. In this way, you can add more.
So we haven't created that address, but we can add it in update.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the thing, na. That even though we don't have any address name, but you can use it using put method. You can add, you can update it.
Then we can say that put is kind of also creating.
Put is not kind of creating, you're updating one. Like already you have one data which we created by this post method. in this way, data you are updating something,
But
But
we haven't created that address
yeah,
in
in
that
post.
first post.
Yeah, if you see now, agree. Yeah, if you see carefully here, no doubt. See, request. If you go here, see, post is to use create, okay,
Mm.
and this code is for update one, okay. Now your question is like this: we haven't created this address here, correct?
Yeah.
But if you write down this address here, how it can update it here?
Yes.
So it means that put and post both are the same. We can create it, correct? That's the question you are asking to me, now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is a thing, like, once you created here, see, the main purpose of post is to create something, and second thing is put is we can update, and in that update also we can add something here, like this. So if you see carefully, this post is creating the one and update, and also in the put method you can add something here also, which is new. Got it? And what happened, in this case, exactly what we are doing, whatever we are defining in this arena, we are just here heading out, nothing else. Got point, my friend?
Yeah.
Okay. So in this way, you can do practice for using this different kind of APIs. Okay. Now let me check this one. The second one. I'll run this code also for you. Let me check this code. Yeah. This one's I'm getting error. I'll let you know why it's showing me error. This API is changed, I think so. If I take this API, localhost created API post, check it out. It's working or not, I don't, because every time the API gets changed. So I'm just pasting here this API. Now see what happened. Yeah, nothing is there. They have changed this API.
Oh.
So you don't use this one as of now. So this one, the basic one which you want to learn, you can learn. And so I'm sharing this to you. Practice it and try to solve using the real API. Okay, I'm just sharing you. This one, line number 10. Okay, then Gopi, try to solve this one and let me know if you have any doubt. Okay.
Yeah.
And just before I wrap up this call, let just can you showcase me your yesterday's assignment which you have done using this Facebook login page, using page login model?
Yeah. Just
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
Oh, now we have to show.
Yeah, yeah, go off, Femina. Can you go ahead?
Yeah. I share the assignment or
Yeah, yeah.
no? Okay. Go be share.
Okay. Can you show me the code? Okay, you using the before each and okay after inside the each block you can use okay email address password very good first name this second each block is working fine create a new account dot click first name is working fine okay great and the second thing when you are saving your file just use camel case p should be small of form trial.cms p should be small so
Okay.
like in as per the standard company using they're using camel case for saving your any method like
So,
like you're using create a new account first name so that should also the camel case first should be capital name sorry first should be in small and name and is capital mobile number is good is camel case and a new password is also good only change create new okay first name yeah and also change in the email address use camel case it should be
so it's
capital
like first letter should be small, and then after every other words letter should be
is a
capital.
camel case correct and also when whatever changes here so that change is also reflected in that page also page otherwise you cannot access it. Yeah, here also you can change it. Yeah, English language L capital. Yeah, and the method name should be the as per the your element. You can easily change it after some time.
Okay.
But otherwise what happen, you will get confused which method belongs to which element, so better you can just choose the element name which is in the same as in method name. Okay, so today's assignment is like you just need to create one like this four method post get post create and delete one. Try to solve that one using API and let me know if you have any doubt. So this is your Gopi, correct?
Yeah.
And what about Femina? Yours assignment
Yeah. Share. See.
is also the same which Gopi has done.
Yeah. Same page. Right. Facebook page only.
Okay. Did you use camel case?
To name the this one, no.
Okay. So as per the company standard, so they want that you have to use method name and your variable name should be like chemicals only.
Yeah. Yeah. Visible, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so I used like this.
Hmm.
I thought a camel case was only for like naming the files like
Yes, naming the files as well as the method, and
that.
also like if you are defining some variables name of any locator, you can also use that in that case, camel case.
Okay.
Okay. So I hope that you will learn something new in today's lesson. So any
Yeah.
doubt, if you have any doubt, you can ask to me tomorrow session. Just do the assignment, okay?
So,
Assignment, we have to test a real API this time.
Exactly. You try using this one. This one is for testing purpose. Okay. And now try just search on Google which one is real API. You'll get many APIs,
Okay.
and you know how to
And
find out the endpoints. Basically, endpoint is uses for to do API testing. So
like you are saying
take any
we
real
can
API, you can use it.
we can use any site.
You can use any site.
then
Can you just show me a quick example? Just
yeah, because like different this we did like post, put, and everything, right?
Yeah.
So all will like each of them will have different endpoints.
See, Can you see my screen?
Oh, it's okay. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So you can see just real APIs.
That's it.
See, list your API, real-time API, stock APIs. Can you see?
Mhm.
This one is your. Can you see this one written? This one is API. Get started like this. So what happened? I'll just right-click here, inspect it, and just go to network, clear it, and now I'm clicking the get started here. Let's check it out. What API I'm getting here? Endpoints. Get started now. Now see here. What is there? This one is optimize ID. So Google optimize something like this. I'm getting this one get 200 is working fine. I'll just copy this and check it out what is there inside this endpoint, if it is there or not. See, I get this data. Can you see? This is your API version 37 and resource data like this. Okay, and it's asking for sign in password and all. Login polygon. So this data comes in API. Also, if you want, you can also use API hub. Now this one is API. Can you see this bad gateway? This one is something like Cloudflare. Something is there. If I click on this get started for free, so check it out this endpoint for this one. What is there in this? Go to network and click here get started for free and check it out what endpoint I'm getting here. This one first. I'm getting some images here. 200. If I take this and check it out what is there inside this endpoint. See. This is the this is for image. We're getting something different here. Mm, if I click on this product here, is one product. It's not working here. Different APIs. See, 10 popular API examples you can see here. So this is the different kind of APIs you can use it. Okay, so you can use this API if you want, which we have seen like just now. This one. Okay. Check it out is macros name, tags, reduce, or else you can just write on API for testing purpose. API C for testing free here. You can just use. You can use this API testing platform. Free test API visually. Can you see this one? Free API use this fully.
Yeah.
So just type down here API for testing purpose. Okay. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, then we'll meet tomorrow then. Do some assignments and show it to me. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay then.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.